All right, you guys, welcome. Good morning to Thursday. Good morning to Thursday. How are you guys doing? Today and tomorrow, I'm just going to be doing audio readings. I've tried a million different ways. It's taken us 2 days to upload video from, I'm out of the country. I'm in Costa Rica, so it's taking so long to upload that I don't want to miss the morning readings. So I'm just doing this as an audio. I hope that's okay with you guys. And be back in the States on the weekend and then return to normal next week. But for now, I'm just going to do some audio, and I feel like that gives me a little bit of freedom to do some other things that I don't normally do. I'm going to make some videos around Saturn moving into Pisces, which is happening March 7th, and Pluto moving into Aquarius later in the month of March. I'll make my March comprehensive video, and we'll see where we go from there. There's some big shifts happening in March, but let's just focus on today right now. What is going on for today for the collective, please? Let's see where we go. I'll tell you each card as I pull it, so if you have a pen, you might want to write these down since you won't be able to see them. All right, let's see what's happening. I just saw the Mystic Healer card. What's happening for the collective, please? All right, so I'm getting unknown territory. I literally showed it to my audio recorder. Unknown territory, wise leader, and transformation. I showed it again. So, habits die hard. A lot of you have written to me, and I have definitely experienced this too, that there has been this sense of being lost for the last few months, not really knowing what the next step is, not really feeling very, even not feeling very directed, not feeling a lot of solid advice coming through or solid direction. And I honestly feel like there's a sense to me of passing the baton to you, passing the baton where you now are going to be required to take any guidance that you get and make your own message from it. Make your own learning, your own healing, your own direction. And I know a lot of you do that already because you're telling me you're doing that. But I think that, I am seeing the transformation card in the Denise Lynn deck, A Fresh New Way of Living Emerges. And with wise leader there, I feel like it's stepping into leadership. A lot of us are being asked to move to the next level of leadership. So you may already be doing things that kind of show you to be the leader already. But some of you have, waited or wondered about the next step, not really seeing it, not really knowing what it is, and feeling a little bit lost. And so I want you to understand that Saturn moving into Pisces may say, okay, it's your turn to lead the universe. And we have been leading the universe all along, but like in a more conscious way, right? You've been leading the universe in your dreams, in your wishes, in your desires, and what you're manifesting. But now it's asking you to be more directive with the universe instead of like, hey, this would be fun. Because that's not directive. What's directive is, universe, this is what I'm manifesting right now in my life. This is happening in my life right now. I am love. I am joy. I am abundance of all positive, loving kinds. I am leadership. I am companionship. I am love. And I think that's what we're being asked to do right now, is really to step into that leadership, and maybe not, and I don't want to offend anyone, but maybe not hide behind other sources of wisdom. Instead, working with the wisdom, taking the wisdom under our own wing and saying, okay, how does that work for me? How am I going to use that information? So when we're talking about big shifts in the universe, Saturn ingressing into Pisces is a big deal. Anytime a planet like that, or any planet, moves from one sign to another, we get a massive squeezing feel at first, which can feel like unknown territory. And then we burst out into the awareness of what it's bringing to our lives. So Saturn moving into Pisces is really kind of like self-discipline and applying discipline around your spiritual practices is going to be asked of us. Later in the month, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, are we, this is more of a collective experience. Pluto is a generational planet, whereas Saturn is a more interrelational planet. So it's more personal, but Pluto is more generational. So as a generation, how do I need to let go of ego to transform my life? And I feel like we'll be doing that as a collective, but also as individuals, because we make up the body of the collective. Okay, so transformation into wise leaders, taking up that mantle, really choosing to do that, and moving out of this kind of murky, lost energy. Saturn in 29 degrees Capricorn is like, okay, the body keeps the score. Have you done your work? If you're ready to participate in the Olympics, you've had to train for a long time to do that. I have these weird dreams every now and then where I'm on the mound at Yankee Stadium and I am Roger Clemens, or I am, whoever. I'm one of the big famous pitchers, but inside I'm me. I'm Mary Jo. And I'm like, wait a second, you can't put me out here. I don't know what I'm doing. The body knows what it's doing, but the spirit does not know what it's doing. If Mary Jo's the spirit, I'm like, I don't know the difference between a fastball and a splitter. Like, I can't do that. But Roger Clemens sure knows that. And I feel like there's a little bit of a blending of those two things that you do know spiritually. Maybe the physical body doesn't know. It's like the inverse of that, right? It's the inverse of that. Like, I've done the work on my body, or I've done the work externally to show that I know where I'm going, but there's still self-doubt in there. There's still the sense of, I don't know what I'm doing, or how dare I assume the mantle of leadership, or something like that. So underneath is this 8 of Wands card, which is beautiful. First card, I keep showing the camera, which doesn't exist in this reading, but it's habit. The Death card is the first card out. The second card out is the 2 of Wands. I'm going to use my 3, 3, and 3 spread if you want to visualize it for yourself. The third card is the 6 of Wands. The second line starts with the Temperance card. Maybe I'll take a picture. That'll be good so you can see. Temperance card. The second card is the 7 of Pentacles. Third card is the 9 of Swords. The third line starts with the 4 of Cups. The 6 of Swords, my favorite new card, and the World. Wow. So we really are reaching some kind of conclusion, some kind of apex moment where it is a little bit of shit or get off the pot. A little bit. It's kind of like, if you've been doing a lot of practice, a lot of work, a lot of following tarot, or doing your own work around that, doing your own spiritual, whatever it has been for the past, I'm going to say 2.5 years, because Saturn has been in Capricorn for 2.5 years. Saturn has been in Aquarius for 2.5 years. Pluto, on the other hand, has been in Capricorn for 20 years. And Saturn being in Aquarius for 2.5 years has been really the energy of the collective. And Saturn saying to the collective, have we done our work as a collective? I do feel like there's a little bit of, do we hide behind each other as a collective? Do we allow collective messages to, sort of flood the zone with us, and not really allow our own wisdom to take leadership? And we get these collective messages, but what is my wisdom saying to me? What is that about? And I do feel like some of you are breaking through to new spiritual levels because you're saying yes. You're saying yes. And I already feel, when I'm saying that, I already feel this resistance from some of you of like, no, it's important that I'm plugging into messages that are coming through for the collective. It's important for me, and that's totally fine. But what is your contribution to this? What is your wisdom saying to you about this? So I talk about that a lot. And some of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I don't really want to let you off the hook in terms of your own ability to determine what's right for you. And my job here is to support your strengthening and your strengthening awareness and your sense of your own wisdom as your own sovereignty, right? As, kind of the go-to. right? Listen to the collective readings. How are you aligning with that? How are you not aligning with that? Some of you are already doing this very actively. And what are the messages that are coming through that are for you and what aren't for you? And I feel like there's going to be much more of that. And I also feel like my practice is going to change because I am also feeling that next level pull, all right, that next level. Pluto into Aquarius later in the month is going to talk about how I need to let go of ego to transform. How do I feel powerful? Your intuition matters. It does. It matters way more than whatever any astrologer or tarot person could say to you. That's why I say to you, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't be in the energy, or I'm not going to say don't. You do what you want, but I do feel that this is a little bit of a murky area where we understand that we get guidance from people, and I know that this happens, that people float between different readers and different astrologers, and sometimes I resonate with that one and sometimes I don't, and all of that. That is your intuition. You do realize that, right? It's your intuition saying, these are the messages I'm drawn to. Now, can we go deeper on that? Can we say, why am I, if I'm getting that message, I'm waking up in the middle of the night with this 9 of Swords, I'm waking up with the messages. Why am I still sitting here waiting for the guru to tell me? And I feel like there's something with that's going to be happening in March. There's going to be a transformation. We've already got the transformation and the Death card. The 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands, it's like, I'm deciding the next level. I'm deciding what is next for me, how to employ my energies, how to clear myself of ego, how to relax into wisdom. And yes, I listen to guides and gurus and everything, but your awareness of what is right for you is the preeminent awareness. Okay? That is prime. That is leadership. That is you leading your own spiritual journey. And you can definitely, listen and all of that. Of course, I want you to listen, but I want you to be able to be not only aware of your own guidance, but then trust it. How can we do that? How can we bring that into some place that feels powerful to you? And I do feel like there is a little bit of sitting on the fence here with this Temperance card and the 7 of Pentacles. I've, waited for messages that it's okay, or I've waited for the guides to tell me what's going on. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel kind of lost and murky sometimes? Why am I having middle of the night anxiety? This unknown territory, go back to the beginning of the reading. You are exactly where you need to be. If you've been feeling confused, then you are in the right place, because we all have been feeling a bit of confusion. And I do feel like when the call comes, which is coming very quickly with this 8 of Wands, so within the next 4 to 8 weeks, so definitely March is going to be a massive shift. We are no longer sitting on the fence about our own wisdom and guidance. We are moving to a different world. The 4 of Cups, we've been sitting there waiting for it to be served up to us. And now we are the source of wisdom and guidance. You all are opening up to your next level of wisdom. And that is definitely, in my opinion, Pluto moving into Aquarius, this expansive energy. Aquarius is about all of us. So I might be getting wisdom in this part. You get wisdom in a different part. And what I mean by parts, I can't even really sort of cut that up anyway for you. But what I really am saying to you is that you may gain certain kinds of wisdom and other people gain other kinds of wisdom, and they work like pieces of a puzzle. This is how this is going to work. So when we're in that new place, when we're in the age of Aquarius, which we are in the middle time between the end of the age of Pisces, which technically goes from AD 1, when Jesus was born. He was born in year 0, obviously, and year 1 to AD 2150. And so most of us will, I guess all of us, will not be on the, barring some kind of miracle with medical science right now, the physical bodies may not be on the planet, but we will be in the energy of that age of Aquarius, because our job here is to prepare the planet for the age of Aquarius. So now we're going to be each responsible for our own piece of the puzzle. You're responsible for whatever it is that you're bringing to the table. I'm responsible for whatever I'm bringing to the table. So I listen to you, you listen to me, and we are in this kind of mosaic, right? It's becoming like a mosaic of energetic healing, of ascension, information, of astrological information, of using spiritual practices to gain a footing in terms of where we're going. And I just feel like we are going to be shown in different ways. Some of you may be opening up to your auditory clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. Whatever it is, you're definitely opening up to it. And if you're part of our Pathfinders group, you do know that this is what we talk about most of the time. So please come and join Pathfinders if you have liked what I've been saying here. I am going to continue Pathfinders. I'm going to keep going. And if you like that idea, come on along. If you are not part of Pathfinders, the rest of this reading will continue. But I do want to say to you that if you take nothing away from this reading, other than the fact that very soon, I believe in the next 4 to 8 weeks, there will be clarity. And it will be about asking you to take responsibility for your own wisdom and guidance and bring your piece of the puzzle to the fore for the rest of us. All right. Thank you for listening. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below. Otherwise, Pathfinders, we're just going to keep on going.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.